Let's see, say some prayers for the poor bastards. Carlos joined a firing line with 3 Jade, or 3 friendly golems in tow. It already all welding 8 100mm cannons. They were firing them from the hip, almost like shotguns. Farmers welding shotguns, firing at trespassers. Get off their property. Get them off their property. There was, of course, these guys weren't just trying to scare off the enemy. They kept hitting the enemy. The blast from the hip still found target. There's one fellow with 1 Jade Golem 15 meter off, getting his core cockpit area destroyed instantly, with the blast going clean through him. The dead golem crumbled, not grumbled. 2 others were struck and blew up instantly, about the same area, but blew up instantly. Just a second, folks. Let's see, blew up instantly. Several of the Zenon reinforcements were killed en route to the firing line, blasted through. Millimeter welded by shooters in the distance, and several more. They went down in a heap. They went down hard, kicking up a lot of debris, smoke as they fell, and dust. The fire. Carlos yelled, "Anybody got more of those golem grenades? The golem grenades?" Somebody asked. A few more. A few were tossed out among the enemy. Several were wounded, and one was killed. On the spot. The wounded golems still stayed in the fight, but seemed a lot less lively in their movements. They were moving almost like stroke victims. At least that's what Carlos thought. They looked like stroke victims who had been hurt bad, but not bad enough that they couldn't walk around. Excuse me a second, folks. Carlos took up his import and put 1 stroke victims out of his misery. 1 blast right through the chest, and he went down to his knees and backwards. Another golem, Jade Golem, with a 100mm of his own, was shooting at Carlos and advancing. Stray shots blew up some building behind, some storage facility, some base storage facility. Behind him, the shot killed him. Carlos turned fire, caught this enemy runner, and knocked knocked him down. About the right leg, which was severed. The Jade Golem tumbled forward, sprawling on his back. As he tried to get up, two more shells from another source caught him through the back, and he burst into flames. He still continued to sit up like an oddly posed corpse. And not even explosions near him could jostle him into a laying position. Elsewhere, Belza, her, and 6 comrades pushed through toward the center of the base at the main building. 3 Zetan golems blocked their path, using several smaller buildings as cover. Belza tossed out a glam grenade that blew open this building, one of the buildings, causing fire to but didn't harm the golem behind it. Belza got on one knee with her 100mm and squeezed off 3 shots in quick succession. He tore the right arm off one golem, costing him his 80mm cannon. He pulled out some sidearm, a 60mm pistol-like cannon, and squeezed off some shots before a second shot from Belza ripped through the abdomen and caused him to collapse dead on top of the ruined building in front of him. A mass of smoke, dust, and debris provided some concealment for the other 2 Zetan golems, but it was a temporary matter. I spilled some water on myself. Naturally, whenever I spill, it's not just a little drop. It's like a whole gallon of water somehow comes out of this tiny cup. I don't know how that happens, how that works. But it's soaking through my skin, so I guess that water is being absorbed by my body just a different way than I intended. Both golems, Zetan golems, cut loose with their 60mm, 80mm. It used to be 60, but I thought that was too tiny. Belza ducked down on one knee, firing off 2 more shots that caught, both of which caught one of the golems, 7 golems, about the chest. He exploded vigorously, like coating the last Zetan golem in that area in flame. The Zetan golem kept squeezing off shots till he ran empty, and while he was reloading, Belza got him with 3 shells in a row. All of them got him through the chest, blasting metal meat out of his and organs out of him. he tumbled backwards, looking like he had been all hollowed out. The golem corpse was soon obscured in a mass of smoke, bubbling smoke. A minute later, Belza and her comrades were at the main building, with half of the facility under terrorist control. A dozen more Zetan golem types coming from the south. One of Belza's subordinates reported over the radio. 6 golems, Zetan golems, coming from the west. Another added. 15 golems spotted coming from the northwest. Another added. By the gods. By the gods, Belza muttered. It's like they want a repeat of the Battle of the Giants. Belza dispatched forces to each corner of the base. We're going to hold this round and leave when we want to leave. Not because they want to give us the boot. Belza growled over the radio. Yes, sir. Multiple voices replied. Well, that's enough golems for now. As they say, now time for something completely different. Wow, inside the base interior. To the men, to this people, it's a military and civilian population. Nation of Frosto. It sounded like the end of the world. Hunkered underground. It sounded like the end of the world topside. Like some mythic battle between great giants. Between gods. Something that would end the current age and bring about something new. I'm getting a little sick of this damn Buffalo weather. All this gloomy weather outside. And I turned the light on, it'll probably get bright in 5 seconds or something, because that's the way it goes. Whenever I turn on a light, because it's too dark, it gets light outside. Let's see. Something new. Some of the scientists, former soldiers, had taken up arms to join the firing line, on the belief that maybe the terrorists would gun everyone down in here. Plenty of workmen, including some janitors, plenty of workmen, janitors, cooks, maintenance men. Had taken up arms as well. Pretty much all of them were vets of the Jade War in some manner. And the few that weren't had lost people to war, and were thus pretty motivated to slap down these, shoot down the Jade attackers. It was uncertain how many of them actually were Jade versus foreign mercs flying the Jade flag. Most of the security personnel retreated downstairs, and reinforcements from outside the base had gotten there as well. They'd gone down there as well, due to the top side being hopeless. Nobody could survive running around amidst all the giants. It was a playground of giants up there, and little humans, like ants, would just get stomped on or blown to bits by stray shots. The bulk of... Just a second. The computer thinks I care about IP conflict. There's no IP conflict. It's not even real, computer, okay? I don't care. I wish I could disable that stupid message. It means nothing. Clearly nothing. Nice stray shots. There were a number of panic rooms installed in the lower parts of the facility for faculty to hide in. The chief of the facility, Edelman, Dr. Edelman, didn't consider them worth a damn. The Jade, no doubt had plenty of tools to rip open those bank vault like doors if they had to. And still about 50 people were residing in them, waiting for a chance to escape, waiting for rescue to come. The chief of security, Manning, didn't have much good news for the people below, but he was getting intel from his eyes and ears topside. Mostly golems at the moment. Seems they've taken over half the base, Manning muttered to his security officers, most of whom were actually NCOs. Most of them were sergeants. Officers. Seems they're taking... I'm sounding a bit like I have stroke myself. That's probably what will take me out someday. Hopefully it won't be for a while, though. Let's see, Manning. Let's see, taking out Manning murdered a security officer. And our forces are being pushed back. Even with all the reinforcements, all the golems. One sergeant asked sake. They should probably be drinking sake at this point. It's probably all over for him. The sergeant was Parker, one of those do or die types. who was a vet of the Jade War. He had been given more than a few very difficult tasks in the war, and nobody coddled him, saying it was okay to fail. So he had trouble seeing why people with so much more than he had back in the day. Yeah, he had trouble seeing why people with so much more than he had back in the day had such trouble keeping the Jade off the base. Parker couldn't see why these golem teams couldn't fight off the Jade golems. He had seen infantry kill golems in the last war. I don't know, Manning admitted. Perhaps their suits are that much better, a shade better than the ones from the war. Parker answered his own question. They have EMP launchers. Those are causing a lot of trouble. Manning replied, added. They took out 30 golems with that alone. Manning supposed this was like some surprise attack. A weaker foe managing to Manning supposed the EMP initial devastation was the main problem. They were sent reeling. They were sent reeling back by that punch, and were slowly recovering. The first wave of reinforcements hit the brick wall that was the ensconced and determined enemy force. The second and third wave were engaged now, and maybe they would probably defeat the terrorists. They'd crush them by sheer numbers. Is that right? Sheer numbers. I'll have to check that. We're gonna get him, gonna knock him back soon. Manning reassured his men. Looking to Parker. Parker. Okay, folks, see you later. Have a nice day.